I wanna be a talk show host, so effing bad. Have all the wonderful viewers I never had. Be on the cover of your Facebook page. Something. Well, welcome to the Wake Up Show. By the looks of it, you're awake. I'm awake. Had a quick power nap earlier today, so I'm ready to go. Gotta be honest with you guys. It turns out I am now practically broke, and I'm still in the basement. What happened? Why? I was. Where's the studio? Where's my golden gates? Where is? As a friend of mine once told me minutes before the show, breathing. It was Mark, my wonderful technician. To remember to breathe. You know, life, it can be a roller coaster sometimes, and you know, at times when you're going down that really like steep one before there's like a corkscrew and you're vomiting and everything is going haywire. It's important to remember that a roller coaster would be no fun without those parts of the journey. This too shall pass. This too is a part of the greater whole. This is part of my journey, Wolf Thunderfoot, this wonderful journey. And I'm fine. I always have been. I always will be. It wasn't supposed to be easy. It was supposed to be almost impossible, you know. Because I like a good challenge. And if God and James Corden asks me to become a great talk show host, who am I to object? Why on earth would I do that? That sounds so much like a great, wonderful, fun thing to do, and I'm doing it. And I'm enjoying myself immensely. Yes, I am here. You're here. Thank you so much. And we have a great episode for you today. Yeah. And also I saw on the internet that they started sending this rocket ship, testing it. I think it's Elon Musk, for it to go to Mars or something. And to that I say, great. But also remember the journey within, which is where I come in, you know, because I am the inwards journey astronaut guy. Guiding you. I'm talking to myself now. Blindfoldedly. Through a room of mirrors with knives sticking out. But we'll be fine. Now it's time to run the intro, I think. Run the intro.
Live from the dream, aka Drummond, it's the Wake Up Show with your host, Wolf Thunder Flitty.
Skibbity-doo-bop and Scooby-Doo. Tell you what, America and the World, I Love You. It's from a song back in the days. I believe it's called Rapper's Delight. I'll play it on my guitar. If you become a Patreon on the Wake Up Show, for the Wake Up Show, patreon.com/the Wake Up Show, where you can support the show and make me not so broke, and also enable me to continue doing this, because this is what I came here to do, so I have to do this. But you can help me to do this, and to all of you who are already aiding me in my quest, thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. Your support truly makes a difference. Patreon, yeah, you get the drill now. Today's episode is a very special episode. It's called Kambo, which we'll get to in a second. And my guest, Julian, is not here with me in the studio today. because we are doing something which I love to do. And I know you all love to do this because it's so fun, because we can, because this is television. And now we are here on a Thursday and we're going to travel back in time. We're going to do time travel. How great is that? We're going to travel back in time to the past, where I meet up with Julian. Sorry. It's a Spanish sounding name, right? And we are going to talk about Kambo. Do you think, Mark, are we ready to go back in time?
I think so, yes.
Do we have enough power, enough juice on our batteries to get there?
Yeah, the hamsters have been running on overdrive since
Hamsters running on overdrive. I like that. Well, then I think we should just sort of see if we can't gently skip back in time. Oh, hello there from the future. Welcome to the past. So good of you to join us. Now, as you know, we were just in the real time in the studio, and now we're in the past in Julian's nice little cabin in the woods. That sounds like a horror film. Oh my god. And the reason for being here, as I probably talked about earlier, but it hasn't happened yet in this timeline, so it's sort of like up in the blue. I came to Julian because I wanted to experience the frog, or Kambo. Is that what it's called in English as well?
Kambo, yes.
Kambo.
Yes.
I guess it's maybe like a South American or Kambo. Yeah. And then now, post Kambo ceremony, we're having a little talk together, me and Julian. Welcome to the show, Julian.
Thank you, Ulf. Nice to be here.
Yeah,
nice to be at my home.
So good of you to not go anywhere.
Yes,
now I've prepared a subtitle, lower third for you, which is like this: Julian Darío Gutierrez. Is it Julian or?
In Spanish, it's Julian.
Yes. You're a Kambo practitioner, it says.
That's correct.
I apologize because I think you're an advanced Kambo practitioner, or?
Yeah, you can say advanced. Yeah, it's just titles, but it's
just words on a piece of paper. And I am Wolf Thunder Flitty, and I'm a talk show host. Well, you know. So, thank you so much for the experience of Kambo.
You're welcome.
Which happened a little while ago, and I've rested a bit, and we had some delicious food that Barbara brought, and what a delight, what a joy, in this beautiful location up in the woods.
Yes.
It's like a fairy tale.
Yeah, I think it is.
You're living the dream, even though you're not in the dream. We call Drammen the dream, because it's...
Oh, yeah.
It's the dream, after all.
Yeah, the copyrights of the name.
Yes, it's my name. You can't have it.
How do you feel after sitting with this medicine?
I feel great. I feel wonderful.
Yeah.
Now that I've had some food also, I feel
that helps,
a bit more like... the body feels nice and smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a very wonderful experience, I have to say. Mm-hmm. And obviously I went in cold because my intention was to learn about Kambo.
Yeah.
But not through researching it beforehand, because I knew I'm going to be with Julian, a good friend of mine whom I trust. So. He will guide me through this journey and hold the space, and so I think, in retrospect, that worked really well.
Yeah.
So it was it was sort of exciting and a bit scary.
Pretty common to be a bit nervous before Kambo. I think it's also healthy, no? You know that you're going through some things emotionally usually, but also your physical body is going to scream, or it will it will let you know that something's going on. Usually this starts with the temperature rising.
Yes,
and then the blood pressure goes down. So there's a lot of things going on in your body, and if you analyze a Kambo stick, there's a lot of peptides which we are just getting to know now.
Oh yeah.
and they do a lot of things in our bodies. So that's also some of the things you feel, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like I was pretty like relaxed, and I think last weekend I went to a cacao ceremony,
Yeah.
and someone had heard that I was going to do Kambo, and they were like, "You're so brave," and I was like, "What?" But I was like, that let's not put any labels on this. Let's go and experience this.
Yeah.
Which I think was
A good
very
approach.
great.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that, and well, you know, as this is sort of like a talk show, and my talk show, just before we dive into like the Kambo properly, I thought it would be a good idea to ask, you know, people in the dream about what they think about Kambo. So obviously I haven't done that yet, because this is we're in the past now. This is such, I should like make like some timelines and see that they intertwine perfectly, which they will no matter what. But I went out into the dream and I asked my fellow dreamers about Kambo. Let's have a look at that clip. Have you heard of this medicine called Kambo?
No.
No?
No. Kambo?
Kambo.
Kambo, no.
Have you heard about the thing called Kambo?
No.
It's a South American frog, and then the venom. You can use the venom and then have sort of like an experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think that's something you'd want to try?
Like Homer Simpson licking a frog?
No, that's a different frog, because that's a psychedelic frog.
Psychedelic frog?
Yes, the Kambo is not a psychedelic. It's completely legal, and I think it's more.
Psychedelic frog?
Yes, you know, you have like visions and
I
stuff.
saw
like
this
that.
Homer Simpson
Yes, he does lick the
licking a
frog.
toad. I mean, bling, like.
Kambo? No, I have no idea what it is.
No.
It's a frog from South America, and you take the poison,
Oh yeah.
and then you like.
Is that the Simpson stuff?
No, everyone is referring to the Simpsons. I think that's a different, like that's a psychedelic toad.
Yeah.
Now this is not a psychedelic.
Okay.
So it's, but it's obviously puts you sort of like in connection with, like, gets you grounded. I guess
Okay.
like walking into the forest. But you haven't heard about it.
No.
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 Yeah,
Is that
never
something
heard of
you'd
it.
ever
Never.
try?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I would not touch that. Stay out of that.
Stay out of that.
Yeah.
It's completely legal, but it does give you sort of like hot flashes over your body, and sort of like the sensation of maybe being bitten by a snake or something
I
like
mean,
that. I don't
it
know.
sounds really cool. Sounds cool, but I don't know if it's for me.
That's a good answer. How about you, man? Would you try it?
It sounds cool, but it's like him. I don't think it's for me. I don't know.
Is it something you would want to try?
Not really.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No frog poison.
No.
It's okay, but
That's a pretty neat clip, right?
That's nice.
Probably. I don't know. That's for future to tell. I have no idea what the dreamers thought. Maybe someone that knew what it was. Someone
I'm
was
pretty
like,
curious
"Oh,
about what it could be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, frog. That's frog's poison, and because that's what it is, right? This is poison, or the venom from a frog.
Yeah, it's the venom. It's how the frog protects itself in the rainforest.
Yes. What is the name of this frog?
The Latin name is Philomedusa bicolor.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
What's the street name for this frog?
I think Kambo is the most common street name. if you
That
want
makes
to.
sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm somewhat curious, because obviously I heard of Kambo through you, but how did you find this this frog?
Yeah, I get asked that quite a lot actually. And my first meeting was probably 15-20 years ago.
Ooh.
Doing some other medicine work. I got to meet the frog first time, also first time I ever heard about it. But there were some guys from Brazil that introduced me to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I did 2 rounds. The second round I thought I was going to sign off, and that would be it. It was a very huge circle. But yeah, I survived, and then I had a break with this kind of medicine work. So I didn't use Kambo either for many years, and I think it's like the last 6 or 7 years that I felt like I wanted to work with Kambo. So I was doing this in Oslo with another practitioner, and I guess she realized I was curious about it and wanted to learn more. So she directed me in a path where I could learn it myself and apply it to myself, because I was, and I kind of still are, very interested in healing modalities.
Yeah.
Before I was interested, or I was doing kind of nutritional and kind of biohacks with all these kind of health strategies, but in the end it was Kambo that stuck with me, and then I moved on to become a practitioner, and then I've been working with that for like 3.5 years, and after 3 years I did the advanced practitioner. The advanced, yes, which sometimes I even remember that I am, but yeah, you can put it next time on your
on a piece of paper, because you know, pieces of paper make things come true.
That's right.
So you hold these ceremonies where people alone or in groups can partake?
It can be one-on-one, or it can be a small circle. 2 to 5 persons is usually the best range.
Yeah.
If you do bigger circles, you might want to have an assistant.
Oh yeah.
So you just have to talk with this person what's needed, and just have some few extra hands to help you out, no? But I also like the one-on-one, and the focus is rock steady on this process. And if some people also prefer the group, which are also fine.
Yes,
I can manage that.
I have obviously just tried Kambo once.
Yes.
Which was a one-on-one experience. Even though Markus was here also holding the space, which I appreciate greatly. But I'm also curious as to the group one. But that will be for somewhere along in the
Some
future.
other time, yeah.
But we will see. The future is yet to be written.
Yes.
And I think before we talk more about the Kambo, we can show a clip from the experience. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to travel further back in time to earlier today, when we came here for my first Kambo experience.
You ready?
I am ready.
Okay. So now you can start drinking the water.
I can start drinking the water.
Did you know, Julian, that in my wife's tummy there is a small human that has decided to join me? I am so thankful for this.
Exciting times ahead, Ulf.
I'm so overwhelmed.
Weri, weri, Kambo. Kambo, weri, weri. Weri, weri, Kambo. Kurakai me, kurakai me, kurakai. Sagrada medicina, limpia, limpia, sagrada medicina, limpiarme, limpiarme, limpiarme. Weri, weri, Kambo, Kambo, weri, 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 Kambo. Kurakai-me, kurakai-me, kurakai-me. Vacina da floresta, firmar, firmar, vacina da floresta. Firmar-me, firmar-me, firmar-me. Weri, weri, Kambo, Kambo, weri, 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 Kambo. Kurakai-me, kurakai-me, kurakai-me. Sagrada medicina, limpia, limpia, sagrada medicina. Limpiarme, limpiarme, limpiarme. Weri, weri, Kambo, Kambo, weri, 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 Kambo. Kurakai-me, kurakai-me, kurakai-me.
And we're back. It was a lot of water.
Yes.
Why all of this water?
It's to facilitate the process, which usually comes as a purge. You puke the water up. Yeah. So that's why you drink the water, or else you will get like a very burning sensation without anything to facilitate the purge.
Yes.
Also,
that's
in some
smart.
traditional tribes, they use like a half-fermented drink paste of, I think it's yucca, fermented yucca. So you drink that instead of all this water. I have not tried it myself, but that's also an opportunity. I just always use water and stick with it, and it does the job.
Yeah. Obviously, I didn't purge through vomiting.
Yes.
Which it did at one point there in the process. I sort of felt that it was sort of, you know, things were sort of moving around a bit. But at the same time, because of your very great reminder of the process of breathing, I felt that I could sort of hold that space, and that was okay.
Yeah.
And then after the ceremony was finished, I have been going to the bathroom and peeing quite a lot of times, because there were some liters going in. And
yes. Yeah, it's nice to know that you have been going to the toilet.
Something needs to purge.
Yeah.
Yes.
But as I told you, the purge can come in different ways. It can also be emotional, and you can sweat it, you can cry it, you can laugh it. There are many ways to purge.
Yes. I would have to say during the ceremony, like that, I really felt, you know, the love and the sort of the thankfulness for me being allowed to be here in a bigger perspective.
Yeah.
That felt really overwhelmingly during the ceremony.
Yeah, and you were also kind of participating, like singing a bit and like talking, and it was you were very open with what was going through you.
Yes, it felt right at the time, and
yeah, that's totally fine.
And especially since it was a one-to-one,
yeah,
I wasn't bothering anyone else with my my mumbo jumbo.
No, it was beautiful actually. Yeah.
Well, thank you. It was thanks to you.
Yes.
Now, what you technically do is you make these burn marks on the shoulder.
Yes.
Typically, and then you put the Kambo
secretion. Yeah. Yeah, the location of the points vary a bit with what you want to work with. This was your first time, so traditionally we put them on the left arm. And then later you can experiment with different systems like meridians or ear points or Then the location of the gates is important.
You talked about also doing the chakras?
Chakras as well, yeah.
Ooh.
You can use the back and the nerve endings and activate them.
Yeah. Wow.
So there are many ways to do Kambo, and I think also that's part of the process we are in as practitioners. You experiment a bit, and then you see what works, and it's kind of an evolution of this medicine, because it also has an agenda to spread out far and wide, and we get some benefit, and then it also can get some benefit by coming here to Norway, for example.
Yes, invite the frog in.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, so like my intention obviously was, because I always feel like intention is important when you do ceremonial work or anything for that matter, even cooking dinner, like put some intention into it and it becomes more of the expression, was to learn and you know it the sensations like going through the body, like it felt like getting a hot back rub, like massage, while at the same time sort of like making me somewhat leave the body, but at the same time sort of staying present. But it was hard walking, and I wanted to get up and dance, but I realized very quickly that would be pushing it.
I think you have a very strong dancing spirit, because I don't see many people trying to dance with Kambo, but as I probably noticed, I learn a lot by just giving Kambo. And also, like this expression, it's like an experience in my bag, so to say, of experiences. Like, oh, the frog can also dance through lymph. So I'm also just like absorbing all these experiences and integrating them, as you also will do now. You just come back home, land, and you will feel another kind of communication, not the intense one you had during.
No, but the more subtle.
Yes.
And because then, now the door has been opened.
Yes, the first communication has been done. So now there is an interchange of energy between you and a spirit, the frog.
Yeah. That's very nice.
Yes. This is how it starts.
That's how it starts. And now this is what you do.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I've been doing different kinds of jobs, but I think it was the last year that I decided, no, this is what gives me most and what I can help most people with.
Yeah.
And it goes as it goes. At least the opportunity is there to receive Kambo, and I plan to continue doing that. Yeah.
That's very great. You know, I feel exactly the same with my show.
Yes.
It's like this is what I want to be doing.
Exactly.
Something so like empowering, by just like realizing I want to do something, and I'm gonna do that, and not let all these like different clouds of what other people think life is about, or like just sort of daring to listen to, say, your heart or to your soul, or just sort of like just getting in connection with something you passionately feel is meaningful for you.
Yes.
Right here and now.
Yes. And I hope the Kambo also can give you more clarity on it.
Yeah.
On the path forward, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of my motivations to give Kambo, is to give clarity to people, because it's easy to be confused in modern societies, no? There are many distractions, or we have lost our ways, we don't have any rites of passage, people are like uprooted, and then suddenly they live in a climate they're not used to, and their families far away. So all these things are up in the air, so to say. So
Yeah.
anything that can ground you in these times, it's worth trying it out, because it's not a medicine for everybody, but most people will get a benefit from it.
Yeah.
Short term or long term, depends also how deep you want to work with it.
Yeah. Do you know, like, for how long the tradition of Kambo has been practiced? Like, I guess in South America primarily then?
Yes, the frog lives in the waterways leading into the Amazon jungle. But the timeline, I have never heard anybody try to guess it even. So it's always been around, so to say, that we know of.
Yeah.
And I know in the Western world they got some reports of it in the 1920s, and then it just disappeared into oblivion. And then it came back with people traveling into the Amazon in the 80s.
Okay, so that's when the Western world sort of
that's
it,
like, the Western world goes into the Amazon and starts mapping. But I think it's the 90s where it really takes off, primarily in Brazil, to the bigger cities in Brazil, like rubber workers going to the jungle, adopting this medicine, this practice, taking it to the big cities of Brazil, and then it spreads from there till where we are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the cold northern hemisphere. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. Well, there is something very, like, interesting about, like, how do you get grounded in this very disconnected world that we've sort of propelled ourselves into right now, and these type of the rituals, the rites of passage.
Yes.
And typically, like, in you'll see like a movie or documentary about tribal communities. They have these rites of passage, and they typically seem a bit like absurd. Oh, so you're gonna walk on coal, or it's like, why would you do this when you can just eat ice cream and watch Friends? But that just seems to take us further away from why we are here. To begin, like, why do we want to have this experience? Obviously, ice cream is nice. I don't object to ice cream; it's very refreshing. But at the same time, like, just getting connected with our, like, the bigger picture, or like the planet is actually quite big, even though it's really small. If you look even at the
big picture,
the big picture. But it's I think it's like you're doing such important work.
Thank you.
For us as a community, by reminding us that there is actually more at play, and that we can actually connect to this.
Yes.
And even though, because if you pitch it, it's like you'll get some frog poison on your shoulder.
It's not easy to pitch it.
It's a hard sell.
It's a hard sell. Initially, when people haven't heard about it, it's like, what is this?
Why? Right?
Why? So yeah, I'm trying to refine an answer when people ask me, what do you do? Because it's probably a bit outside the norm.
Yes,
I would say.
Or could we say the comfort zone of your average Westerner?
Yeah, the comfort zone. Yeah, you could say it. Yeah, probably.
Because I guess we've grown accustomed to like a life of the least amount of physical pain possible.
Yes.
But at the same time, with these sort of the mental pain that we project on ourselves, and that's sort of just like.
Yeah, it might be like a cover-up, because many of these painful rites of passage, they really connect you to your primal parts of the brain, the amygdala and the survival. And now that that's missing, maybe we're discovering with like feelings or projections or fears, because this is not activated. So I think that's one of the reasons rites of passage are important, that they are a bit challenging, because they activate this part of the brain that's, it's not much asked for nowadays in this society. Everything is pretty much laid out.
Yeah.
Now in Western societies, we still know that some other parts of the world there are real struggles for basic things. But Kambo is also a lot about feelings and traumas and things that are covered that you want to hide for yourself.
Yeah.
It's water medicine, water energy. So it's about feelings and new fresh starts. So the possibility is there, the tool is there, and I hope those that are called to do it will try it out and see if it unlocks something in you. It starts unlocking some keys, because it takes time, no? As you probably noticed today, there are some loosening of the walls, but there are still things down there that need to be seen or shown some light upon.
I guess, like, in a sense, like this, let's say, this journey, so that they have the physical journey, right, of you going from A to B, which seems from birth to death, but obviously that's like the very broad terms.
You will not die.
You will not die from but then, at least for me personally, I sort of noticed that, well, physical reality is one thing, and then initially I rejected something other than the physical quite heavily until my reality sort of fell on top of itself and the box opened and I was like, oh shit, it's a lot of stuff here.
Yes.
Which some have labeled the spiritual journey, I believe is a popular term. And in a sense, I guess one would typically say Kambo fits in very well here in the Western world as something you would sort of would propel you through your spiritual journey, because it maybe connects you with spirit or...
Yes,
yeah,
it does. Many people use it for spiritual connection also.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I get most people that come to me, it's usually an emotional blockage of some kind.
Yeah.
But there's always people that want to go a step higher now, and that's pretty enriching for me to be able to do it. And then you kind of pull yourself a bit out of the picture, because as I told you, it's a direct contact between you and spirit.
Yes.
So I'm not interfering
the space
so much. Yeah, of course there's the safety aspect of it. And if I see some blockages, I can try to help you. But the journey itself with spirit, I'm not guiding you to it. It has to be direct.
Yeah.
So because there's been so many ways of trying somebody to connect the spirit for you, but I want that to be just your direct experience with it.
That's very smart. That's very smart. It says I was supposed to play the guitar.
Yeah, then it's time, no?
It's time to play the guitar. Now, it will come to me in the future what song to play.
Yes.
And also now, we will cut to the future, which is the now for you, so stay present, and I will play a song. And we will listen to it here. It will reverberate into the past. That's how powerful this song is, my God. Just sit back and listen. Never been here, how about you? You smile at my answer, giving me the chance to be held and understood. Keep me laughing without crying, there's no use denying. Many times I've tried, love has never felt this good. Downtown, way up in the air, when your heart is pounding, just know that I'm aware. You make it easy to watch the world with love. You make it easy to let the past be gone. You make it easy. How'd you do it? How'd you find me? How did I find you? How can this be true, to be held and understood? Keep them coming, no one's running. Lesson I'm learning. Blessings are deserved by the trust that always good. Downtown, way up in the air, when your heart is pounding, just know that I'm aware. You make it easy to watch the world with love. You make it easy to let the past be gone. You make it easy, now watch me fall in love. Yeah, that worked really well.
It's a lovely tune, no?
Yeah. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. The spiritual journey, which is a loaded word.
Yes.
Now, I took it upon me, because I like to do some research into some things, obviously, but the experience itself you have to have, then, which we already had. But I went into the dream to ask people about the spiritual journey. Are you, or have you ever been on a spiritual journey?
No.
What exactly do you mean, if I may ask?
It's a very broad question.
Yeah.
I guess it's either like a journey to find a deeper meaning of life or your existence or something like that.
I don't know if I would call it a spiritual journey, but like searching for existential questions, I have, yes.
What is a spiritual journey?
I don't know. I'm thinking like maybe connecting with your own body and your own mind, I guess.
I don't know. It's too. I don't know.
I don't know. No idea. Maybe living in the forest somewhere, enjoying, looking at the stars. If that's what you mean, I don't know.
No,
exactly.
It's an open question, so it's like what
something
you
like
interpret,
that.
Yeah? Something like
Yeah,
that. How about you? What is a spiritual journey?
I think any journey can be spiritual. Like it's what you take from it. If you go in the forest and you see something that moves you, yeah, that might be a spiritual journey. If you go in the city and you see something that moves you, that might be spiritual. It's what you take from the journey you take.
Yeah.
I would probably describe it as something like out of body experience or something.
Oh yeah, leaving your physical self.
Maybe something.
Yeah,
like
something
that,
like that. Yeah.
A spiritual journey, like out of yourself, out of your body.
I don't know. It's fairly open.
Traveling, sort of.
Yeah.
No, not much of that.
I have read into it. I just haven't tried doing go on a spiritual journey and all those YouTube videos how to do it and stuff. I don't know. I'm just trying to be happy and make other people happy, and maybe that's not spiritual, but I haven't had so much focus in it. But I want to connect with my mind more. I've been thinking about it, but I don't know. There's so much many else. I can't even talk in English anymore. But yeah, there's so. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Have you guys been on or are on a spiritual journey?
I think you always are in a way, if you think about it.
That's for sure.
No, I don't.
Okay, we're back. People had some very interesting insights on the spiritual journey. Some were on the spiritual journeys, some were not, I guess. Who knows? You know, because you saw it. We haven't yet. That's for the future to tell. What does the spiritual journey mean to you?
Good question. I think it's just to find the essence of my role here. I think there is some spirituality in action, and sometimes non-action. But having clarity about what to do next, that's best, no? And I think spirituality has to be a bit intertwined with what came and what's coming, because all our actions will have an effect on coming generations. Also with the work we do, I think it's important that we have that in mind. What will the legacy of having this Kambo on me bring? But as you say, no, words are a bit dubious about the significance. If you mention the word God or spirituality, people automatically get attachment or an idea about it, but you might mean something else. I don't think I talk directly about these things in Kambo, but I use the song as a gate, as a connection with spirit, and I try to let that just transfer into the process. Also all kinds of creativity, as I was talking a bit about action, it's godly or spiritual for me. It's like an inspiration from above. You don't know where it comes from, but you start writing and then suddenly it's somebody else writing for. This is the most the spirituality you can almost feel, no? As you feel with the Kambo, it's really, you have the spirit in you.
Yeah.
So I like the spirituality that you can feel, like as close as possible. Like also doing energy work with Kambo, you start feeling something in your hands or inside your body when you're scanning somebody. That's spiritual enough for me. And I think I earlier did think about like the philosophy of who I am and stuff, but as of now I want to feel it. I want to develop and give something back, no? Keep the traditions from before and then bring them onwards to the ones that are coming, no?
You know, there's this mythology which I really like, which is the hero's journey.
Yeah.
Now the hero, he you know, grows up in the village. It's all safe and sound, but he feels his calling to adventure.
Nice.
And then he goes out into the wilderness or the world, and then he slays a dragon, and then he comes back to the village with the treasure which he got from the dragon, and he shares it with the villagers.
Yes.
And you know, when you talk about your experience with Kambo and this gave you something, you slayed this dragon, and then you come back into the village and you share this gift with your community, thus helping the community to grow and to become more wholesome, richer and more leveled and more in contact with, which when you talked about it, and I haven't thought about it this way before, but you know, you have the past, and you have the future, and you have this thing in between,
yes,
which is called the now.
Yes.
And the now is in direct connection with spirit, because spirit doesn't exist in the past or in the future. It's timeless.
Yes. Yeah.
And you know, that's my entire world collapsed when I realized that I hadn't been present in the moment. I was living in the future or regretting the past.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden it became completely quiet, you know, and I was like, oh, we're here. Look at this place, it's so vibrant and alive. And then sort of like just, that's all there ever is.
Yeah.
And then sort of surrendering to the fact that we are only here right now.
Yes.
And everything else is sort of like just concepts and ideas that we keep throwing around. And but this is important, you know, the Second World War, that was important. and to some extent, yes, it was. But then again, like the work for the betterment of mankind and the planet and ourselves, that happens here and now.
Yeah. You bring the experiences from the past, but you still need to do the action in the present for what comes.
Yes.
So it's all connected. Like some people are, only the now matters, and I think that's an important message nowadays, because most people are still in the past or in the future. But it doesn't exclude what's coming. It doesn't exclude what's happened. we still have a connection, and this is also what evolution wants to do with us. The complexity just grows, and then your possibility with action is to add what you think spirituality will become for future generations, because we are a product of what our parents and grandparents thought would be the best way. If they thought about spirituality, depends on the family. So we still have this space of now. It's so powerful. You can do whatever. You can change the world in a few hours if you really go for it. You can make a difference for anybody.
Yeah.
Hopefully in a good manner, if you have the motivation.
Yes, but
for something.
Then again, for instance, what I feel Kambo and many other things, like the grounded things, put you in connection with what is good. And there's like at surface level, there's chaos, there's war, there are horrible things, both in the past, the present, and in the future. But then there is something underneath the thing, which is eternal, and is sort of what takes us like up there. And I like, especially because I just had this experience a few hours ago. What put me in awe of the fact that like I get to be here. Yes. I get to have this experience.
Yes.
And like, my God, that's insane. Because it's so beautiful in its complexity, in its absurdity.
Yes.
And there was something about, like, you talked about like being present in the now, and now we are very much in the future or past, and it's so interesting and fun because this plague thing creates this strange divide where people typically be like, well, we want things to be how they were in the past, but hopefully things will be better in the future.
Yeah.
But the thing that is now, that's nothing, because it's nor here nor there.
Yeah.
And it's sort of, I like the fact that it sort of forces us to actually be here. Because we can't be there, and that thing didn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a train wreck.
Yeah, I think it's meant to be what we're experiencing today. It's meant to be for us to realize that the moment now, it's quite unbearable. But I think the universe is just like, here's now, here's now, here's now. And then your power is in your response.
Yeah.
How do you respond to that? And also in the healing process of Kambo, you can work very deep and you can release things, but that doesn't exclude things in the future coming your way or something tragic will happen. And then the power you still have is how do you respond to it. You cannot control what will happen, but you have control over how you respond to it. So that's a practice also.
That's a very good practice. I should write that down, but I don't have to because this is recorded and we can just watch it over again. For all eternity on loop. Like, but that was I like that.
Yeah, I think
I needed that reminder myself.
Yes, we need some reminders. Yeah.
Yes. And that I think that's what we humans can help each other with through these practices and through actually having real conversations with each other.
Yes.
Even though it's fun to talk about the weather, it does get sort of old. Eventually.
In Norway, it's always a hot topic, I think.
It is.
It is.
Now, as this is my show,
yes,
and at the end, because I feel like you landed it so perfectly, like a jet plane, engines have fallen off, and it's like, this is not going to go well. And you just come in, and the frog comes in, and then we just land it perfectly out on thin ice. It's great.
Yeah.
I like to find a quote, which I then search on the internet. This is the thing with computers connected to each other.
Yes.
They're all one thing, but you think like my computer at home is separate. It's not. It's just all the same things. Very strange stuff. Now, I printed this quote out on a piece of paper, and then I brought it here to your cabin in the woods.
Okay.
That sounds a bit like a scary movie. It's not. This is a romantic comedy, I would say, with like divine sprinkles of joy and grace. Now, I would like for you to read this quote into this camera over here, if you would be so inclined, because I think it just feels like a...
Do I say also who had the quote?
Yeah,
or?
you can if you like.
Okay. Okay. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. That's Michael Jackson, that's you.
Yeah. It might as well be in the Kambo frog, actually. They did
Yeah, maybe it's an influence there. Yeah, I just gotta make that change now. Action is required.
Action is required.
Sometimes.
But also not
Yes.
acting is also...
Yeah, so the
an
clue
act
is
in
to know
itself.
when to act. I think those times we're living now, it's putting that question on you. What do you do? How do you respond?
Yes.
So then I hope the Kambo gives you the sensitivity to know what feels right in your heart, like you do with your show. You just, this is me, this is what I want to present, and the more people do it, the easier it is for everybody to open their hearts.
Because then you see, oh, it is possible.
Yes, and we are community animals, really. So if everybody wears a mask, you will feel very awkward not using one. So be yourself, give your example, and some people are probably not aware of it, but you can really influence people just not even saying something. You just act from yourself, and people will pick up, even if you don't know, if you don't think they are picking up. I think they do.
There's this great word, authenticity. And I think what we tend to forget is that that's about you just being you.
Yeah.
It's not you being someone you read in a magazine, you know, George Clooney is like this and like that, and he puts it here that way, and then he has these views on things. And I say, I should be more like him. Obviously, he's probably a great guy, but it's something about just sort of like being authentic to you. And I have to say, with the Kambo still in the system, that frog is a great aid and helper. And I am so thankful for you putting this frog into my field of view.
Yes.
And creating this beautiful space. And I look forward to next time, both hanging out with you, but also hanging out with the frog.
Yeah, I'm sure we can talk for hours either about Kambo or other stuff. That's a good.
And if people want to check out, you have some web page, and then we put the link, you know, in the show, and you can go there, and then that's if you like.
I have a presence online. It's I have a website. So the Kambo I have, it's called Renative Kambo.
Yes.
I don't get asked it often, but if you wonder what the Renative is, it's like a wordplay on the word alternative.
Oh.
Because alter means to modify or change, and native, that means you're modifying or changing the native. But I prefer to bring the native back. You know, this timeline we were talking about, you need to bring it to the present. So is to bring it back, native. So Renative is the name of the Kambo service I provide, and the website is renative.no. I'm also on Telegram. You can search for Renative Kambo. Yeah, I think I have a Facebook page. I don't use much, but you can probably search it up. Yeah.
They will find you?
Yeah, I think if
now
you...
we would sort of plant the seed, you know, that this exists.
It exists,
and then for some it will be, and for others it will be, ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
There's also a newsletter.
Yeah,
yes, you have your newsletter.
That's true. I just started a newsletter, so you can sign up for it on my website as well.
That's very smart. You don't have to do anything. Information just comes to you.
Yeah, right. So I write there what's my plans for the coming month and ceremonies that are coming up. So also, if it's the first time you do Kambo with me, you will need to do a screening, just medical history and physical and mental health and motivation, just to have an idea of who I'm working with before we work with this medicine, which you need to hold strongly. And some people are not apt for it, but we do that in the screening. Just to make sure. I think it's important.
Yes.
People are very complex beings nowadays, medicines and
the complexity of these humans, my God!
It's beautiful as well. No?
Well, thank you so much for being on the show, or for letting me into your nice cabin.
Thank you for showing up.
And from the bottom of my heart, which is bottomless, by the way, I love you, man.
Love you too, Ulf.
Oh, it's so great. Love you, Barbara.
Yeah, I love you too.
Mark, I love you, man.
On point.
And my viewers. Oh my God, I love you guys. And now, future Ulf, back in the studio, I love you, man. And now you get the pleasure of playing a song that sort of takes this out into eternity. And I guess that's it.
That's it then.
That's it then.
Till next time. Thanks a lot, Ulf. It was a pleasure to sit with you and Kambo.
Likewise, thank you.
Thank you. Aho.
Aho. Aho. When my body won't hold me anymore, and it finally sets me free, will I be ready? When my feet won't walk another mile, and my lips give their last kiss goodbye, will my hands be steady? Will I lay down my fears, my hopes and my doubts, the rings on my fingers and the keys to my house, with no hard feelings? When the sun hangs low in the west, and the light in my chest, it won't be kept held at bay any longer. When jealousy fades away, and it's ash and dust for cash and lust, and it's just hallelujah. And love in thought, love in the word, love in the songs they sing in the church, with no hard feelings. Lord knows they haven't done much good for anyone, kept me afraid and cold, with so much to have and hold. When my body won't hold me anymore, and it finally sets me free. Where will I go? Will the trade winds take me south through Georgia grain, tropical rain, or snow from the heaven? Will I join with the ocean blue, or run into my Savior true, and we'll shake hands laughing and walk through the night straight for the light, holding the love I've known all my life, and no hard feelings, Lord knows they haven't done much good for anyone, kept me afraid to go, with so much to have and hold, under the curving sky. I'm finally learning why it matters for me and you to say it and mean it too, for life and its loveliness and all of its ugliness, good as it's been to me, I have no enemies. I have no enemies. I have no